Radio, people. Guess what YouTube staff did? Don't tell me they're not targeting my channel or my family or my foundation, New Foundation for Community Partnerships, or my federal trademark name, in which back in the day they ignored the federal trademark name for the USA. But besides that point, so now it is August 17th of 2024. This just came in. I just got now, right? So it's it's 11:30 a.m. and they took it down at 11:17. Now, if you remember correctly, in this video, I talked about my playlist. This is the last one that I just uploaded, stating that 2020 was done, except for I never followed in with the live streams that I've done over the years. I completely forgot about them. Right? I completely forgot about them. And that when I had a chance, I was going to backtrack, and if there was any live streams from 2020, I was going to put it at the bottom of the playlist. Well, obviously YouTube staff with their AI and whoever is monitoring my file went in and took out another video from a live stream from 2020 in regards to Amari's MRI results, February 25th of 2020. Okay. Whatever was said in there, whatever is being said in my videos, people, yeah, you tell him, Amari. You tell him. I tell Andre, do not get wrapped up with YouTube. Whatever you do, Andre, as you grow and you get older, stay the hell away from YouTube. Do not be a content creator of any sorts, I don't care what it is, on YouTube. Because they'll just psychological warfare you until what? They break your spirit? Like, seriously, man. So now they're on the attack with Amari. MRI results under medical misinformation. Huh. Okay. Like, YouTube is seriously sick. It's a sick fucking website, people. I'm telling you. Time it occurred. You can see an example. It's always an example. But they're never specific around 1 hour and 54 minutes and 52 seconds in your video. While this is one example, there may be other instances. Yeah, because they're fucking sick. Because whatever I was saying in there, people, being that the video is up, somebody could come in and say, well, da-di-da-da-da-da, this is either a fact or this is an opinion. Or they can come in and troll me and call me names and say this and say that. And I have like, you know, if it's a troll, oftentimes I copy and paste, put it on so people can read that troll cutting me up and calling me down and all these other nasty things. And then I delete, I block the troll, or I hide the troll, whatever feature YouTube gives me, right? But if it's a difference of opinion or whatever, or it's a fact, and they state a fact, and I can see it's a fact, I don't dispute it, but if it's a difference of opinion, then it turns into a discussion. So what I'm trying to say here is anything that's going on in here, if it's a difference of opinion of what I'm trying to say or what I'm saying, and they can come in with facts to prove me otherwise wrong, or they can come in with their opinions and say, I disagreed, this is why, and then I can, come in with a rebuttal, right? And argue about why I disagree with whatever they had to say. YouTube's not even allowing that to happen. Again, the prosecutor Well, they're being a cop first. First they arrest you, and then they ship you off to court immediately with the prosecutor, and then the prosecutor prosecutes you, and then the judge deems you guilty, and then they ship you off to the executor by removing your video. And this is a pattern with them, people, with me. Like, how many fucking videos are they going to end up removing before they're finally done? Isn't that why they took down my channel for 2 fucking months, so that they could go through all my videos and remove what they didn't want? Because they did. And then they came back in and they just popped their ugly heads up every now and then. And I told you, it's going to be a fucking roll, because this is what they fucking do. And they stalk my videos, not because they're interested in free speech. They're not because they're interested in a real story as it unfolds in real time with a real family in terms of do you on YouTube, right? Because that's not what YouTube is about anymore, right? You know what I'm saying? So they heard me mention my live streams, so they went into the live streams and they just randomly picked something that was medical in regards to Amari's MRI, randomly went in there and let their AI run through with their whatever it is that they like I said, they can take 2 words, 3 words, 4 words, 1 sentence, 2 sentences, and that's it. Your whole fucking video is down, and you're left hanging because you don't know if and what else could be wrong with it, because they're not specific, because they're a corrupt organization that plays mind games with innocent human beings. With innocent story. Well, I wouldn't say my story is innocent with all the criminals running around in it and committing heinous crimes against my family, but the story itself is real, with a real family, with real people losing their lives. And don't tell me that YouTube doesn't instigate that behavior with the criminals to continue with the gang stalking, right? So that they know I'm going to come in with my videos, and then they do their psychological assessments, like when Uncle John was medically kidnapped with their fucking GMOI, 25 fucking thumbs down later. But as soon as the province of British Columbia, Canada comes in with their YouTube crap, right, and they're getting like 3,000 thumbs down, 200 thumbs up, what does YouTube do? They cover up the fucking, the truth. They cover up the truth, and they took away the visualization of how many thumbs down are being put on videos. When it comes to provincial governments and their rhetoric, they didn't put no block on my fucking thumbs down when they were coming in assessing me how I would deal with that issue psychologically, as they were, because Uncle John was a setup, people. Even Andre was targeted. This is YouTube targets. And this is why I tell Andre, forget it. Don't ever fucking do anything on YouTube. It's a dirty fucking website. It will just only hurt you. That's it. And it will turn you into a devil worshiper. That's it. Because you fall in love with fucking money. And eventually you'll do anything and say anything and have anything to do with money to make money. I don't make money. YouTube makes money off of my videos. They go back into my old videos from 2000 and whenever. 12, 11, 12, 9, 10, or fucking 14, 13. And they slap on videos way back there, people, so that nobody really notices them unless they come up and they, randomly. Because I've clicked in old videos and all of a sudden I got some freaking ad running on my channel. Why? And now they're hiding truth about Amari. Why? If anyone's got anything to say to disagree around it, they can simply post it. If I'm misstating something incorrectly, correct me. It's you worded it wrong. You got mixed up with something else, or I tend to disagree because of that. No, they don't even let the fucking debate occur, people. How we find violations. We use a combination of automated systems. Exactly. but this is done by fucking humans too, you know. Right? There's seriously some ugly-looking staff members sitting up at YouTube in their freaking operating rooms with their servers and, you know, that work with malicious intent. Because this shit's been going on for years and years and years. And human reviews to detect violations of our community guidelines. Well, what's the point of YouTube? Talk about fucking watermelons? You know, and it gets bullshit because, hell, I just came across a little video talking on about this, that, and everything else with the big B, not the vagina, but the other one. Hey, YouTube, just lapping it up, sending all the traffic over there. They're hypocrites. What you can do next? No, you know what I'm going to do next, people? I'm just going to wait for the next fucking video to be taken down. And then I'm going to put it just as is, like what I'm doing now. What have they done? We realize this may be disappointing news. No, this is more than disappointing news, people. They are literally targeting my family in partnership with the province of British Columbia, Canada. Okay? We're not out of the neck of woods with the Mari. Shimei was in labor for 5 fucking days. 2 times within 5 days, she went to the hospital complaining about pain. Enough pain that she went to the hospital. And 2 times they sent her away with freaking morphine. I wonder why. Right? Or was it fentanyl? I don't know. They just sent her, I think it was morphine. They sent her home with morphine. Right. So she could show back up and then they could accuse her of being a drug addict because she had morphine in her system. Anyway, she didn't take it. But within that 5-day duration of being sent home 2 times, I went downstairs. She was in the bathroom puking her fucking guts out because of the pain. How do we know that on day 3, first time, second time after they sent her home from the hospital, that she went into the bathroom and was puking so hard because Amari's umbilical cord was around his neck? Okay? And you have to remember the baby dropped. So he was already, you know, there at the, I don't know what it's called. It's where the bones spread open, right? His head he had already dropped. He was already in the birth canal ready to come out. Okay? And she went to the hospital. Oh, no, there's not enough dilation. Go home. Here, take morphine if you want. She went back 2 days later. Right? Because she came up the stairs and I said, go again. Right? And you have to remember, I couldn't go, people, because of fucking Julian. Right? And his nasty sister. So she went. And then she came back. And she was downstairs. And I went downstairs to do something. I walked by. And she was in the bathroom puking. I could hear her gagging. So if the umbilical cord is around her neck, what do you think was happening? It was probably smothering Amari when she should have had an emergency C-section or at least had a hospital bed and they would have hooked her up to monitoring with his heart rate and everything else that they do. Don't tell me this isn't another fucking cover-up. You can't go through so much tragedy as my family has without acknowledging that there's more than one group that's gang stalking you, and YouTube is one of those groups. Well, this is one, okay, where was I? Make sure that YouTube is safe. No, there is nothing safe. I am warning Andre, stay the fuck away from YouTube. Do not upload any fucking videos on YouTube, okay? Because they're just going to target you. But he has an account with Google, so he's already targeted. You can guarantee that. Right. For all, if you think we made a mistake, obviously I think you made a mistake. Clearly you're fucking watching my videos. Clearly you don't care what happened to my family. It doesn't matter if it's the smallest of the smallest or the oldest of the oldest. It doesn't matter because your company, in partnership with my province and God knows whatever else freaking entity you're involved with, targets my family. And the only reason you take down my videos is because you're trying to cover up something for them, if not for yourself, so that you can carry on with your seedy, stupid ways. For profit. For profit. As you mislead the public with your nicely created documentaries that give half-truths and not the whole truth, and but the truth, because you're too busy trying to bury the other half of the truth that you don't want people to know about so that you can keep them dumb with their common core. Education. Mistake. You can appeal this decision. You'll find more details below. So we're not applying a strike. Well, no, because it's psychological fucking warfare. It's a game with them, people. It's a fucking game. They're gathering information on me, and they're forwarding it to somebody else as they're stalking my videos, among other aspects of my life. Okay? So clearly, they don't want me talking about, I don't know, people. Let me see. I mean, we'll never know. We'll never know. Community guidelines, August 17th of 2024, right? This isn't a strike, so your channel isn't affected. They're not happy to review because they're purposely going out of their way to attack me. Okay? And then, arduous harm. Serious if arduous harm. No, my grandson was seriously arduously harmed. And the government has failed to investigate as to why my daughter was sent home 2 times within 5 days with morphine. Without any tests. Without any tests, people. Didn't test the baby's heart rate. Didn't do an ultrasound to see what the hell was going on. Nothing. Nothing, people. Nothing. They just sent her home because it was already scheduled to be, have a hit put on her, right? Within 7 months or so. Yeah. Seriously. So that illegal organ harvesting can happen. Yeah. Fingers out of your mouth. And then also, too, they started I'm going to end it here, people. We listed there. So something in here. What? What is it again? Do we know? Is it anything in here? But they only gave us one example. Or is it everything over here? Or is it just right there? Which one? What are they accusing me of saying that somebody can't come in and have a rebuttal on it to say you're wrong? If I'm wrong, correct me. If you think I'm wrong, you have an opinion to express, well, you express the opinion and I can express mine back. Then it becomes a debate, right? Versus, oh, well, you can't take the government to court now because there's a $2 billion slush fund that the government set up for a bunch of beagle lawyers to fight anyone that comes in with a lawsuit against the healthcare system. So you pay to lose, and that's why you've been paying to lose all this time since it all started, Miss Chorney. Because $2 billion, and it's being replenished every year, And that's not including what the doctors with their malpractice medical insurance, because there's two funds. There's the one with the government, that lawyer who looked over Amari's medical files and told me that the injury, in her opinion, based on her experience, happened before 34 weeks, where I tend to disagree. I think it happened within that 5-day period. And being that she was downstairs puking on the 3rd day or on the 4th day or whatever freaking day because of the pain, with the hospital sending her home 2 times in that 5-day period, that's when Amari's brain injury occurred, because the umbilical cord was around his neck. And if you're puking, your stomach is tightening up, and so is everything else inside of you. So there is a high probability that's how he got it, people. But don't take it to court now, because you have to get past the $2 billion first. And if you try and take a particular doctor to court, then you're looking at a $6 to $7 billion freaking slush fund through their malpractice medical insurance. Totally different corporation. So you're battling 2 slush funds. So they can do whatever they fucking want when they want to do it. Now, the reason I'm thinking Amari was in a roundabout, intentionally kind of way of being injured was because in 2016, they started a program in 2015 at the Children's Hospital downtown in Vancouver, specifically designed for children with cerebral palsy, to bring in an experiment procedure where hip surgery was done at a very early age, even before there was symptoms of problems outside of the hips coming out with the legs crossing over, right? To prevent future pain as they get older. And you know that's my biggest issue when it comes to Amari, if you've been watching my videos. Now, that program was implemented in 2016 in terms of the provincial government forked over a whole bunch of money to prop that program up. And that's why they try and push Amari to take these x-rays every 6 months, you know, and they're pushing for surgery to prevent future pain, because and they want me to sign up with give my permission to say that he's legitimately signed up with this global study that's connected to other countries. One country does Botox, another country does this. Of course, Canada's got lots of money for surgeries, so now they're coming in with this procedure that's, you know, it's only been around for 15, 18 years or whatever. It's, you know, and then they milked the taxpayers and funneled a whole bunch of money to prop up this program. The only thing is they didn't have enough fucking kids to fill the quota. So along came Mari, by chance, as everyone's accusing Shimei of being a drug addict and that she did it to him. To avoid looking deeper as to what really happened to Amari in terms of, I gave birth to 5 kids, people. Never once have I ever been sent home. No, not even one time. Well, maybe once, but out of 5 kids, I don't even remember ever being sent home with labor pains. And if I did, if I went back, I don't remember. I was booked in. I was booked in for fucking to be induced. Okay? Like, I'd have to really stop and think about it. I was booked in to be induced. Like, you just don't send women home 2 times out of 5 days and try and mask over pain with fucking morphine and not do no follow-up tests to see how the baby's doing in terms of amniotic fluid, heart rate, if he's breathing okay, right? Because oftentimes the umbilical cord is around the neck, people. Marcaine had the umbilical cord around his neck. And there was another one that had the umbilical cord around his neck. That's why Amari's heart dropped. And then it didn't come back up. his heart dropped, people, and it never came back up. That's why they booked in the emergency C-section, but it took too long. By the time they took him out, he had already pooped inside of her because of the stress he was under. Okay? Her cervix wasn't opening. Not her fault. She had prior abortions, people. That could have played a role in it. Either or, it was the hospital that left it too long. As they're blaming the mother, even though they're the ones sitting there with the $8 billion slush fund and the government backing up criminal activity, bottom line. So that as soon as it was determined that he had cerebral palsy, after this, I don't know what MRI this one was. I don't know if this is the one that they botched, because don't forget, they botched the first one. Am I talking about the first one that they botched, and that becomes medical misinformation because they botched the MRI, not me, where I had to reschedule it at the children's hospital under different circumstances where he was sedated through a different process? And then once it was determined he had cerebral palsy, he was automatically signed up to that HIP program, HIP surveillance program that the government started working on in 2015, brought it into the children's hospital in 2016, got everybody on, on the roster working that program that was plugged into another fucking study, global study with this country, with the Botox, right? Botox, because sometimes they put Botox to try and do it as a procedure to whatever, but not here. They don't know. That's not what they favor. Out here, they want you to sign up with their hip surgery as they tell you that you don't have to. And right now, I don't want to because he moves around and he's happy. Right? You hear them all the time, okay? And they want to lock him up in braces for over 8 months to a year. Uncle John was in braces for 2 years, people, with his legs spread open because of purse disease, and it ruined his back, literally. And Amari doesn't even have a normal body because of what happened to him in terms of his back is different than ours. So, it's going to be torture. Right? So now I'm making inquiries about hip replacement. I just phoned the other day. I want hip replacement before whatever this other doctor is trying to do. And I'm being told that this doctor doesn't do hip replacement. That's why they don't offer it. No, they don't offer it, people, because this doctor was hired on to follow through on that study that came in 2015, was finally set up in 2016, but they didn't have enough kids. Is this what I'm talking about here? Who knows? But that's the truth. I did the research. I looked it up. Anything I'm saying, you can look up for yourself and verify it, providing it hasn't been scrubbed off the internet. Because they're trying to hide their seedy activities as they're sending home pregnant women 2 times in 5 days without any follow-up tests, no heartbeats, no ultrasounds, no blood tests, no urine tests, no nothing. Here, just take the morphine and fuck off. And then she comes home and she's downstairs puking. And then I'm being told by a lawyer that, his injury came before birth. Well, yeah, maybe, you know what? I could see it happening with her puking with that umbilical cord tightening around Amari's neck as it's sitting there right ready to come out at the, because the baby drops. It's sitting right at the birth canal ready to come out, and then your cervix opens up. Your hips shift. Shemays weren't opening up. She wasn't dilating fast enough. But clearly she was in labor hardcore because she was complaining about pain. And they ignored it. They blew it off like it was nothing. Why? And then after all that's said and done, suddenly she's mysteriously dead? And everybody's covering up that? Murder? Why? Well, we know why. Because their organs were illegally harvested. Sold on the black market. With YouTube coming in through the back door removing fucking videos. Because it's a fake website. Their definition of safety is a fake fucking documentary that only tells you half the truth about fentanyl, not the whole truth about fentanyl. How fentanyl is being used as murder weapon so that illegal organ harvesting can happen. No, they're too busy, these documentaries on YouTube, blaming the victim, victimizing them twice. Saying that they knew better, that they had a choice. They did it to themselves. They must have been depressed. It was an accident. Oops, sorry, no, it was suicide because they lost hope in life. Either or, it was the victim who did it to themselves. As hundreds of thousands of victims in the United States of America die every year because of a fucking lie. Covered up with half-truths. What do you think they're doing with 100,000 bodies? You think they're all going into graves with flowers on top? You think they're all going into freaking urns after being cremated? Give yourself a shake with your head, man. This is why YouTube is doing what they're doing. Because they don't want you to know the other half of the truth. They're too busy giving you, I don't know, the old okie dokie. Hold on a minute. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what makes me such a bad person here to cause arduous harm in my community. Yeah, okay. I'm talking about being an experienced mom. I gotta watch how I say this. Unless I'm some sort of devil worshiper already signed up with the devils, which I'm not. So anyway, I'm talking about being an experienced mom with my children's inoculations when they were growing up. You go, remember the older women, we would know. You go, you get the one shot. That was it. You go home and you deal with it. Obviously, I'm getting into a conversation here which is completely different now, to which I suppose YouTube is trying to cover up the fact that people from my age group who had children have a difference of opinion in regards to what's reasonable. See, I can't even talk, people. I can't even tell you what I'm thinking and how I'm thinking it and what I want to say. That's how corrupt YouTube is. Because they're going to convince you that whoever is whoever is making this happen. Obviously, the province of British Columbia, Canada. We've got the other outside interest groups, organizations, and so on and so on. They're trying to make us forget the past by removing people like me with our stories and our kids who can collaborate those stories. And as they turn our kids against us, the ones that are still alive, because of that psychological warfare that's, got that cortisol going in the brain that makes them crazy and unreasonable and angry and perpetually angry, so they got to take it on somebody, right? That's how you create dysfunctional communities, and we know they're good at that. All you have to do is look at the inner cities in the United States of America. And replace people like me with our stories, which are legitimate, but are being prosecuted for it like a Christian. We're being prosecuted for being a Christian, right? Right? We're being prosecuted for our experiences, for our opinions, for our choices, for our wisdom, right? And we're being silenced. to be replaced with sign up for 75 pops in a year so that you can get up to date for the next 75 pops versus the one, which was effective to one degree or another compared to what humanity is facing now with big pharma and corrupt governments. Okay? They don't want you to hear what I have to say in regards to my experiences with my children. Never mind what I'm thinking is happening to Amari or what happened to Amari. Right? Like, this is a serious sickness. Yeah. So, I don't know if I probably have this on an external hard drive. I'm not sure. And if I don't, I can always record it like this. And of course, it's going to just become another BitChute exclusive. Right? I have no other choice, people. If you want to be a fool, and think that YouTube will protect you and provide you a safe environment to be yourself as a content creator, well, I suppose it all depends on how much they pay you to be that content creator and what you're willing to do for that money. Yeah, I'm relaying here videos that I've seen or things that I've read, right, where you actually see the process being done, or where whatever was going on when my kids were younger is nothing what's happening today for a lot of people with their kids. So, I don't know, people. You can forget the canning videos. You can forget anything other than what I'm doing right now. I mean, when does YouTube plan on stopping with this? Seriously. Right? Because this is sick. Literally. And it's being done in partnership with the province of British Columbia, Canada. Yeah, as my phone is being tapped. Okay, so not only is my phone being tapped, like hardwired tapped, because I'm a landline, right? And then information is going to YouTube where they remove a video where in the conversation what we were talking about was exactly what type of video they removed. As well as they're stalking my videos. They heard me mention my live streams, that I haven't followed up with those yet. So they went in there, right, because they're running a race. They're 1, 2, 3, 4 steps ahead of you and took out this one. And who knows what else they're going to go after, people. Right? As they throw their $8 billion slush fund up in your fucking face. Yeah. And say, go ahead, pay to lose, pay to lose, pay to lose, pay to lose, as they mock you and stalk you. And that's basically what YouTube does. Pay to lose, pay to lose, pay to lose, as they mock me and continue to stalk me. Okay, so I guess I'll leave it here. This is the one that they took down. The very first live stream, for whatever reason. That was my first live stream, people, February 25th of 2020. I'm grieving. I never got over what happened to Andre when he was little. Huh? Nothing. Can you make me a coffee, please? What's her name? Oh, I just said that Nana's never really ever gotten over what happened to you and us as a family when you were little. Here. Just rinse it out, and maybe get me a glass of cold water. Take this cup too, please. If you don't mind. Here, take this one. And can I just get a glass of cold water? You're going to have to turn off the tap and just be...
When you're done your video, can you tell you what Tay was doing yesterday? What trying to do?
Sure. Yeah, he's being harassed by those boys across the street. Anyway, never got over that, really, right? Tried to, but okay. And then I'm talking, please. Yes, but you have to turn off the water first. You release the pressure, push that little red button, and then kind of pull that. You don't rip it down, right? No. You pull that round part that screws on kind of down a little bit to make it gently. Okay. All right. It's my washing machine hooking up to my tap. And then, of course, never got over what happened to Uncle John. Definitely not with Shmay. Definitely not with what happened to Sierra. You know, I struggle with what's going on with me, with the eyes, with their policy, and oh well, suck it up, buttercup, pay to lose, pay to lose. So in the meantime, I guess my first live stream that I ever did, because I'm being stalked on YouTube, and I mentioned it on the last video that I hadn't gotten into this yet to add it into the playlist. I didn't realize there was so many in the month of January, but whatever. So I'm not, I guess I'm in the month of, in the year of 2020. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to,
You what?
and make me a coffee, thanks.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go through them and I guess add them in. And then I'm going to download them as I go, because not all of them, at one point I was using, what is that called? StreamYard, right? And when you don't pay for it, you don't get a copy of your videos or something. So I don't have copies of these, right? Some I do and some I don't. BitChute, or no, XSplit. When I was using XSplit, XSplit would give it to me automatically, right? Anyway, so they went on the attack with the first one because I was talking about my personal experiences with my kids as they were growing up with immunization, my opinion around the subject of that situation with 5 kids over a period of years, to where we are today and what people are expected to do today without anybody ever being held to account, except for maybe a few as a pittance, right? Well, the rest of us in the hundreds of thousands across the continent fall through the cracks because of policies to one degree or another. All right, this one, I remember them taking down when I was doing it. If you notice, the time is only 1 minute and 18 seconds, right? For whatever reason, they didn't like it. And they took it down. Now, there should be another one there with a similar code white, because code white actually means something in my province in relation to Eleanor Gilding and her employment with the province of British Columbia, Canada, to which, again, confirms to me that they're trying to cover up in partnership with yada yada for a political agenda, which isn't conducive to guaranteed health for people. And then we did a test, because I don't know how to do live streams. So they took this one down pretty much when it was being done. This one, the only reason they took it down, because they're on the attack. They're attacking my channel. This is nothing new. They started off with the copyrights, with the music, when I was trying to promote the foundation with park events, doing events outside of businesses, bells for Andre, whatever. It didn't matter what it was, right? That's how they screwed around with the nonprofit, right? You know, they want those dollars going to other nonprofits, not to my nonprofit. So they made sure that I was scandalous with their copyrights, right? And then now they're into the attack of anything related with the V word, and I'm not talking the vagina. It doesn't matter. 1 or 2 words, 3 words, a few sentences, life experiences, personal opinions. Even if you come in with facts, they will remove it because that's not their agenda. Their agenda is to convince you to do what they say when they say it with no questions asked. And then if you get sick for whatever it is, reason you get sick, well, you did it to yourself like a fentanyl drug addict that murdered themselves because they just wanted to sign themselves up for organ harvesting. Right? It says right there on their driver's license that they allowed it to happen. They wanted it to happen. So therefore, they chose it to happen. They made it happen. Yeah, right. 100,000 people chose just to up and kick off because they were depressed. Yeah, okay. No. Actually, I have to give some states credit because they're now starting to label fentanyl deaths as fentanyl poisoning. So they've upped it a little bit. Not every state, but I guess some governors. Some governors are stepping up to the plate, and they're not coming out and saying murder by fentanyl, but they are definitely saying poison by fentanyl. Poison. They're putting the word poison, which is a form of murder. Because you can use cyanide, arsenic, all kinds of different things to poison people so that they die. Fentanyl is no different. Okay? But fentanyl is the smokescreen for the illegal organ harvesting to happen in combination with the quote-unquote legal organ harvesting. All right? Because it's back to back, right? So basically, I don't know what they're going to do, people. I mean, clearly they're under attack. So what we're going to do is, I guess we'll start with this one. I've already looked in one external hard drive. I could not find this one. I got another external hard drive that I can look in, maybe, well, 2 more, but mainly one, where I might be able to find it, but it's hard to say. Otherwise, I'm just going to record it as is with my camera just sitting here with the video playing, and then I'm going to upload it onto BitChute. Okay? Because this isn't fair, right? This is down and out, dirty pool. They're using targeting tactics for multiple reasons. I'm sure they're selling their third-party information that they're collecting with the way I'm responding to it to somebody else so that they can get better at their game to screw people over. All right? Now, what I should do, because I said I was going to do this, so we are going to put this one, so what we need to do is get back into the playlist, being that YouTube is doing this. Hold on a minute. Okay, so I didn't expect to have to do this right now. I don't have to do anything, people. Like, whatever. I mean, obviously, people are trying to take me out here, okay? AI, fucking government, whatever, whoever, YouTube, corrupt staff, whatever. It's a combination of a little bit of everything here. Because I don't suit the political agenda. To which I did want to mention that Latrice Allen, on the contrary to me, will promote anything and everything that YouTube likes when it comes to medical information. Right? She will tell you what the company wants you to hear. Not necessarily, perhaps, what she believes, but what the company and the corporation wants to hear. So that the traffic keeps getting redirected her way, right? And her numbers keep growing, right? So that she can become YouTube, old wise woman of the black community because, she earned it, right? Yeah, right. As she's telling you the old okie dokie, not because she necessarily believes in it, right? But because she knows it's going to get her brownie points with the corporation and they're going to prop her up. Where I'm different, people, I'll tell you exactly what I'm thinking, why I'm thinking that way, and what my experiences have been, or what information I've come across, however I've come across it, to get you thinking. At least that, okay? Versus just settling for the old okie dokie. So that's the first thing, right? I just wanted to say. Now, in regards to the year of 2020 in real time, I said I didn't get a chance to incorporate the lives because I completely forgot about them because YouTube separated them into their own box or whatever. And I was going to backtrack and probably just keep running them after, right? So right now, currently, there are 279 videos at this point that are in the playlist from 2020, with 12 of them gone, right? So, but because I added in the one video where I said, you know, I talked about, well, if things are being removed, I'm going to try and put in a video in replace of that number where, you know, it says it's on BitChute. Right? At some point, it should be uploaded on BitChute if you really want to see it. I can't keep posting the same video over and over again for every video that they take out because it wouldn't work. I'd have to make a new video for, okay, so all I did was put the one in there. Where everything else, you know, you're counting 70, 71 is gone, 72 is gone, and then it goes from 70 to 73, and you're wondering what happened to those other two videos, right? Because I'm numbering them now, okay? All right. Anyway. So currently I'm at 200 and... So what we're going to do now is we're going to add in another one here, because this is how YouTube fucks with my head. So what is the date today? It's August 17th. So this is how YouTube fucks with my head. This is how YouTube makes me sick. And it's been making me sick for a long time. Because they started off with the copyrights because they were out to destroy my foundation. They were out to put it on lockdown so that I wouldn't become successful. Right? So they had to, you know, they had to, what am I doing here? There we go. They had to, corrupt it with like 35, 40 copyrights back in those days. They'd mute a video, unmute a video, hide a video, put it back on, let it play, and then 2-3 years later they'd change it up and it would be back on lockdown and some countries can't see or whatever. Or just anything to fuck with my head and make it miserable. It got to the point where I didn't even want to go out and do park events anymore because I couldn't upload on YouTube without being attacked by YouTube staff. Okay, basically. Yeah. So that's how they took care of that problem with the nonprofit in terms of, you know, having it become successful because clearly I was a threat to them, right? In the event of becoming successful. All right. So now we're going to do this. We're just going to copy and paste. We're going to just change it. Keep it simple. I have other things to do. Needless to say, I'm depressed. But that's what YouTube likes. Unless, of course, you're a Latrice Allen, giving them what they want. Right? Telling the public to be good little citizens. Go stand in line. And take your medicine when you're told to take it. Without questioning. So, as of August 17th of 2024. The year Sierra Chorney, my daughter. Okay, so YouTube staff remove. What did I do here? Oh, I think I did something wrong. Hold on a minute. Yeah, so as long as you promote what YouTube wants you to promote in terms of a Latrice Allen saying go stand in line and get ready to, you know, da-dee-da-da, right? You'll be good. You will fucking excel. They will promote your channel. You can eat as much crab as you want, slobber all over the place, spit into freaking on the floor, garbage can, wherever, on the plate. Who fucking cares? YouTube doesn't care. You know, you can cuss and curse when you get onto the Raw Squad and those types of channels and call each other this and that and everything else under sun, video after video after video after video, and anything that's everything YouTube likes. So in the meantime, we're at 290. Obviously, there's that common core. 86, 87 is missing. 288, 290, 89 is missing. And now we're at 290, right? But 291 and 292 are missing because YouTube removed them, especially the one with Amari. Now, isn't that just freaking interesting? Okay? Like, seriously. So what I've done is I did put it in the playlist. Okay, I haven't saved it yet because I've got the other one to do. So as of August 15th, 2024, YouTube staff has removed 12 videos. As of August 17th of 2024, YouTube staff has removed 13 videos. With Amari, well, actually, Amari is the 14th one. Amari is the 14th one because, unless, of course, see, this is how they like to fuck with your head because they make you think. They make you think, right? And as fast as you're thinking, you know, and you like I say, if you expose them with the fake live streams and all that, the next thing you know it, they're changing the code to try and cover their tracks. And if they can't do it that way, they just start removing your videos with ambiguous accusations, with a few words here and there, with you expressing your personal experiences as it was like back in the day when in 82 and 84, 86, 87, in the 90s and in the 2000s when you know we used to take our kids for their immunizations compared to what it's like today, or if we just have our own basic opinions based on our own research, experiences or whatever, and whatever we base our opinions on, we're not allowed to talk about it. Not unless, of course, you're in support of 100% of the YouTube agenda. The corporate agenda in partnership with the corrupt governments with the $8 billion slush funds to prevent you from getting any kind of justice when you are harmed or when one of your family members are injured or harmed or perhaps even lose their life because of medical negligence, medical malfeasance, medical mischief, medical battery. There's all kinds of issues that go on with people being injured because of the medical industry, people. Okay? But that's not the agenda. The agenda is not justice for people. The agenda is to accumulate wealth for the corporation and the shareholders. And clearly the province of British Columbia, Canada, is a shareholder. When they're wiretapping my phone. That was not YouTube who wiretapped my phone. It wasn't some American corporation tapping my phone. It was the RCMP, Royal Canadian Mounted Police, that tapped my phone, and because they got a file on me, because I talk about real shit. I talk about real stuff that happens to real families in the province of British Columbia, Canada, as the corporation itself, as a province. You know, British Columbia Canadian government, in partnership as a shareholder to one degree or another with corporate interests looking for dividends, right? With a corporation in the United States called YouTube and its affiliates, right? As they cherry pick who they promote and why. What the hell does Latrice Allen stand for? Nothing. But if you notice, she gives YouTube what they want. Oh yeah. now that they brought it to my attention. So how are we going to run these numbers? This video is turning out to be a little longer than I expected. Where's 290? This is 289. Which one is 290? I'm confused. Oh, let's see. I don't know. Oh my lord, playlist details. Let's just... I seen 290. Why am I missing a number? Maybe I didn't post it. This shit gets tiring. It's in the playlist, but I didn't... Oh, it's because it's not missing. That's why. Right? It's not missing. 289 is missing. 287 and 289 is missing. But not 209. See? 288 is there, but there is no 289, and that's why we have 290. So technically... Oh my lord. Technically... Hold on a minute. Okay, so basically what they've done is the ones that they removed, they put them at the very back of the live streams. Because if you notice here, it says March, so I guess my first live stream, from what I can tell, is March 3rd of 2015. Okay? Now, here's this Code White BC2, which they just didn't want me talking about it, people. So they clicked me out right from the very beginning. Clearly, you can see it was removed. Right? Removed. For what purpose? I don't know. Because of inappropriate content. I was talking about a manual that they have out here on how to deal with patients when patients become out of control, and what the employees have the right to do in order to control that patient. That's what I was starting to talk about, and they didn't want me talking about that, people. So anyway, alright, and now here it is at the end, right? So this one was February 25th of 2020. So this one here, if I do it the way I said I was going to do it, because, you know, I'm trying to figure out how to leave my channel somewhat intact, people. I'm working on leaving my channel somewhat intact. I-N-T-A-C-K, intact. Somewhat because of what YouTube is doing in terms of removing video after video after video after video, randomly with ambiguous accusations as they play prosecutor, judge, jury, and executioner. Well, it goes prosecutor, jury, then judge, then executioner, right? And that's exactly what they're doing. And they're doing it with malicious intent, with malfeasance, and they're being mischievous about it. And they're participating in gang stalking in combination with a criminal organization. To what degree or another, I'm not sure yet. It only takes 3 to form a criminal organization. And once you start gang stalking individuals for a purpose to harass, intimidate, threaten, harm, injure, scare, just the whole 9 yards, right? That becomes gang stalking, okay? Right? Because if I'm doing something wrong, then come and arrest me. Seriously. Just come and fucking arrest me. Put me in front of a judge, even though I know it's a crooked, dirty fucking judge. At least I get a chance to stand in front of a judge with a lawyer versus standing there by myself trying to represent myself against a bunch of fucking crooked lawyers, crooked judges, crooked, just a whole 9 yard crooked justice system. Okay? Right? Other than that, they need to back the fuck off, but they're not going to, people, because they're collecting that data with that psychological warfare as they're sending it to third-party organizations that take that data, right? And then they apply it to their AI learning systems to teach the AI how to deal with people like me. So that when they come across people like me, right? You know, they already are programmed to know how to deal with people like me, so that they win. Not that I win, but they win. They got to always be one step ahead of you, right? Whether they're spying on you, whether they're, you know, stalking you and frightening you or whatever, right? This didn't happen, people, until I was speaking to Leah on the phone. And she brought up a video with it's in their eyes. And next thing you know, YouTube with their staff and their AI fucking found the video and they took it down. And they're now still going after more videos. Right? With their ambiguous accusations, treating me like I'm a fucking criminal here. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to just clean up the channel, put everything into playlist while I still can. Number them so as they disappear, right? Perhaps you can find them on BitChute, maybe Brighteon.com if I ever get a chance to put them up there one by 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 one, and so on and so on and so on, and keep adding them on as YouTube finds other reasons to start taking down even more channels or more videos, right? Because clearly they hate me. Clearly they see me as some sort of enemy to their political agenda. Clearly, they think my family is expendable and are, and they justify targeting my family with their partner groups because YouTube as a corporation is not working on its own. It's not. Okay? My phone was tapped. Where's the warrant to tap my phone? That's the question. And if there's a warrant to tap my phone, what am I under investigation for? Talking about that and not vaginas? Talking about what it was like for my kids when they were little compared to what's happening now with kids? And what's happening in general to the general population? As none of us can fight for ourselves and our rights and get justice for our family members who die or who get injured or who hurt or whatever at the hands of some so-called professional that's sitting on a $6 billion malpractice insurance fucking fund to protect their ass so they can go off and hurt somebody else again and again and again and never be held to account, not to mention the freaking health authorities in general, who in this situation is all of them people, all of them, every last one of them is employed by the province of British Columbia, Canada. They are the employer who ultimately become responsible for their employees. But the government takes absolutely no responsibility for their employees. And the government and they don't want you to hear me talk about this shit, so they find 2 or 3 words where they can take down the whole fucking video and keep you dumb. So when it happens to your family, your extended family members, or your friends, you'll just accept it. Because you won't know what to do about it. Because it's weird shit. It's more than weird. Alright, so this would be 291. I got too many things up here. 291. So I'm going to put this here. You can see what I'm doing here, right? Okay? But technically, no, that's not true because they took down the other one first. A long, long time ago. So I need to put this one at number 14. Hold on a minute. Okay, so, and I tried to do another one, but they just wouldn't let me do it, right? So I did do something, I think, on video, but when it came to a live stream, no. And that was back in those days, right? So, okay, so I just put down now, so we've got that as of August 15th within the main playlist, right? In terms of, like, the videos, right? right? And then, of course, we've got live streams, which I mentioned in the last video, and of course now YouTube staff has gone in there, and it wasn't long before they found something because, again, you know, they just pick a few words, few sentences, few life experiences, a few opinions, whatever, and they prosecute you, and they fucking judge you, and then they execute you. That's basically what's happening here. So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to clean up my channel where, you know, it's somewhat intact, assuming that it doesn't get completely deleted again, through their psychological warfare techniques, because I'm doing these types of follow-up videos, right? I'm doing these types of, and they're not going to want people to know people. They're not going to want to know. They don't want you to know how they treat their content creators. Unless, of course, we can be a Latrice Allen and say what they want us to say for them. Listen to her videos. Go, 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 go. Don't think twice. Just stop. Just go. Don't stop. Run. Get there as fast as you can. You want to be first in fucking line here. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as the old okie dokie we give the government what it wants. And that's why she's fucking successful. A fat, ugly fucking cow that doesn't really got much to say. Although, I'm a hustler. I'm just hustling on YouTube. Yeah, slobbering on your stupid crabs. Making it hard for people like me that actually stand up for people's rights. That bitch don't stand up for nobody's rights. She sells everybody out, people. For money, because she's a hustler. And people like her. I'm not like her. First of all, I'm not fat and fucking ugly. That's the first fucking thing here. Slobbering on crabs. You know what the Bible says about slobbering on crabs? If you want to take it there, being that she's so religious. You know, whatever. No, fork tongue. Anyway, I got better things to do. But besides that point, I have to give these things their appropriate number. So, before I can give them their number, I have to go back and find it where I was. Oh my Lord. So yeah, I'm just trying to get ready to die here on YouTube. Basically, I'm getting ready to die on fucking YouTube. Because that's pretty much what they want. Yeah, out of sight, out of mind. Okay, so this one we have to keep. Right? So we got it there. All right. And then we need to go back into content. Okay? You know, Leah says she might want to do some videos on Shimei. I'm making it easier for her to find these videos, assuming that they don't take them down. Right? Because they're trying to hide the story, people. One way or another. They don't want you to know what your government does to you and your children, to your loved ones. What they're capable of doing. They don't want you to know what they're capable of doing. Where I tell you what they're capable of doing. Because I don't know. Do I love you? No. I don't even freaking know you. But I care about you as my fellow human being. How about that? Okay, so December 2nd of 2019 was the last one. So we're going to start with this first. And we're going to start numbering them. Okay? I don't know how many I did. You can see. And I don't know when they took out a well, in February, right? Because you know they're going to keep taking down videos. It only takes 2 words, 3 words, 1 word, you know, a couple of words, a few sentences, right? There it is. No, what's this one? June 10th of 2020. Yeah, see? Code White BC, right? Oh no, it says it's public. Copyright. Oh fuck. Something was copyright. So what does that mean? Do you see anything there? I don't see anything there. So what does that mean? What did they copyright? Copyright protected content found. The owner allows the content to be used on YouTube. Oh, okay. Whatever. Oh yeah, Mamari's on the bottom. What's the date of it? Yeah. February 25th. February 25th of 2020. They moved it right to the bottom. Right? So... this shit makes you think, man. Okay, so February 25th. So I would have to start, and I will do this today, people. I'm doing laundry and shit. I got other things to do, but, you know, like, this isn't fucking fair. This is them not wanting me to make videos. Right? This is them not wanting me to work on the nonprofit and do positive things. This is them not wanting my family or me to become successful at fucking anything because they got us scheduled for something else, people. Right? To stand in line at the direction of Latrice Allen because that's the right thing to do. As if she fucking knows. As she's slobbering on her crabs. I'm using her as an example. Just one example of many examples on YouTube that get a lot of fucking traffic because they say what YouTube wants them to say. Not because they're right and they're giving the right information. It's because they're saying what YouTube wants them to say. Regardless of the consequences connected to the actions that come after the fucking fact. They're not God. Nobody in the province of British Columbia, Canada, nobody in the fucking United States of America is God and knows the absolute answer as to what is right and what is wrong. And certainly not Fauci. Whatever happened to him? So, this one would be 291. So I gotta start here and add this into my playlist at 291 as a live stream. Now what I could do to break them up, right? Rack my brains, break them up. I'll show you here in a second. All right, I'll show you. Clearly I'm wasting my time. Why is this not moving? Oh, because I'm at the bottom of it. So now what we need to do is find the BitChute one. Okay, I need to find the BitChute one. Good luck finding that. Because I inserted it in here. As a means for somebody to go see for themselves, assuming that I can get it uploaded onto BitChute. Here it is, right here. BitChute exclusive. I put it in the middle. So if people are wondering why shit's going missing, it's because of that. But I can't post it twice. You see, that's the thing, because it has its own number. Unless, of course, I want to recreate another video. So I can only put it once in per playlist. So, January 2nd, right here. We'll just list it as 291. And I will work on putting whatever live stream I did in 2020 under the videos in succession with, right? Look at that. $291. Then I put it in the playlist. Done. Save it. And then I'll download it. In the event that I can't find it on an external hard drive for whatever reason. For what it's worth. Because we know they're trying real hard to take me out. Yeah. And eventually I'll die. And God knows what will happen then. Right? And then this one, what's this code white BC? Well, I should see what's going on here. Okay, so that's February. So we got a few to go before that happens. Here it is. When was this uploaded? I don't know. When was this uploaded? And of course they hid it way in the back. They took this one today. This is the one they took today. Like, this is some real shady shit. We're dealing with some real deviant entities here. It was done on June 10th of 2020. So when I get to June 10th of 2020, that's when I'll give it to a number. I'll write it down. But other than that, I have to start at the bottom, the first one in January, and just keep working my way up until I'm done doing whatever I've done for that month. But I can't guarantee you that YouTube will leave any of those videos up, because they're out to take me out. They're not trying to keep the public safe, because if they were trying to keep the public safe, we'd be able to talk about things that are important to us as a public. And it's not like that on YouTube. Nope. No, they only reward the ones that give you the old okie dokie. Yeah. That supports their political agenda. And that's what makes YouTube dangerous. Because I would never follow that bitch's fucking advice. Ever. She already admits it to you people. She's a fucking hustler. Grab a clue.